40K Amateur Hour. This is the unboxing.
Late unboxing.
Late unboxing of Death Watch Overkill that James was so excited to open, but we were all gone. So
You were all busy.
Poor James.
It's like they have lives or something.
You just had to sit and stare at it.
Unable to open his game.
I literally sat and stared. I did open it.
Well, I was gonna say you did take the plastic.
I took the plastic off.
So let's pretend. Okay.
And then I read the rules.
Now we do have some new
that's
technology
neat.
here at 40K Amateur Hour. Now we're working on a 3-camera system. Camera 1, camera 2,
Number 2.
camera 3.
And if it doesn't work and you only see this angle, no one's going to know whatever we're talking about.
Yeah, well,
So we're trying here. But yes, I've had it for about a week and it's been sitting here. And the only thing I've done is read the rule book, which is an entirely... we'll talk about it. It's super easy to play, and we're excited to start playing it and painting miniatures and getting going. And
I think it's easy to play because Games Workshop wanted to get the miniatures out there in a form.
which you can use it in 40K as well.
Yes,
You
that's
can
what
use
I'm
these in
saying.
40K. So
That's why I think it's kind of like the assassin one.
So when are we going to pay homage to the old school?
Well, we can do that because we'll talk about what's in here, and then we'll
right,
realize that it's not new.
It's newer.
It's
The newest.
newest of the old.
What does that make us? Absolutely nothing.
yeah.
Anyway, there you
let's
go.
open it. Open it.
Well, can we get an overview?
What do you want to know? I read the rules.
I've seen the box. It's pretty.
We didn't
it's
open it.
colorful.
Oh,
It's
yes,
a Milton Bradley box.
I
What more do you
love
want?
the name, Overkill, but I don't know what it is.
Death Watch. Now, just so you know, a little history. Death Watch is a branch of the Inquisition where they go around and they grab all the coolest and bestest of the alien slaying of Space Marines from different chatters.
Yep.
And so they get them together, and they actually are part of the Inquisition, the Xenos chapter of the Inquisition, and they are kind of their militant branch. And so you will see when we open it, because we haven't opened it yet,
Yeah.
you'll
haven't.
see, like along the side, that there's Marine pictures, and they are all from different chapters because you still retain your chapter, but you take on the special Death Watch and you work for the Inquisition for a period of time, and then you can actually go back to your chapter so much or whatever. So
That sounds awesome. I'm going to go buy one right now.
And you're
Okay,
right.
see.
And if I remember right, you're allowed to use Xenos weapons.
in the fluff,
Yes. I thought.
you can kill things any way that the Emperor wants you to kill things,
With
I
a
guess.
almighty beat stick of.
So the Inquisition,
Alerts.
the Inquisition really doesn't have a lot of power over the Space Marines. They just kind of, so they can do whatever the crap they want.
It's Space Marines.
Because they're Space Marines.
They can do whatever they want.
So there you go. There's kind of fluffiness of Death Watch Overkill. Suffer not the alien.
You read that in the back.
To
You did not just come up with that.
No, it's right there.
Or the heretic, but that's a different thing.
that's bad. That's a different branch
Open it.
of the Inquisition. Okay,
It's like Christmas.
Can we open it now? Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. One more question. No, okay, just go ahead.
Oh! Like it's never been opened before.
Never been opened before.
Did you want this?
Cameras. Hey, let's see. There's Overkill. Pretty box. Yep.
Okay.
So the first thing is the instructions. This is literally the only thing that came out of the plastic. It's been sitting here for a week. But so instructions, pretty easy. And what I was telling Rico about, we'll do it with this camera. This is more fluff driven. This whole thing tells you a story, and you can play, and it gives you the first couple missions.
So it's kind of like Space Hulk, wherein every mission is story driven, going along with the whole storyline of what's happening. So there you go. Nice pictures.
They have very big, colorful pictures. I'll show you here. But as I was explaining to Rico, and I'll show you here. Oh, this is all story. This is all like weapons. This is the rules on every page. That's
so
it.
basically,
That's
we're
the rules.
talking fluff.
Yeah, 90% of it's fluff.
Rule.
So if you were to put all the rules together on one page, I bet you it's.
It wouldn't be.
We were
It would
discussing
almost be the same size of Age of
Age of
Sigmar.
Sigmar.
It would
Almost.
be a pamphlet.
It is. It's really. That's how easy it is. You spend more time reading the story and the fluff and in the game than you do the rules. Basically, as we're going through it, he can kind of thumb through it because he's been wanting to look at this for a while too. But It's pretty simple. It's built into. Well, in fact, you can just turn it around on the backside, and that's what's nice. Turn it right to the backside and just read that overview section, the black up there.
I really hope you do it in editing because
Oh yeah, we'll edit. We'll go back
everybody
and forth.
over here is going to be going, what the
We'll show them every once in a while. We're
What,
trying
this
this new.
part?
We're
This
trying
part?
this new 3-camera system. So we're kind
Okay,
of
read this part?
Yep, that's
Turn sequence.
This is it. This is how the entire game
One.
is played.
Broodmine phase. The Gene Stealer cultist draws Broodmine cards and lays ambushes. 2. Deathwatch Commander movement phase. The Deathwatch Commander moves his models. 3. Gene Stealer cultist movement phase. The Gene Stealer cultist moves his models and then launches his ambushes. 4. Deathwatch Commander attack phase. The Deathwatch Commander can make attacks with his models. 5. Gene Stealer cultist attack phase. The Gene Stealer cultist can make attacks with his models. 6. Deathwatch Commander second attack phase. The Deathwatch Commander can make attacks with his models for a second time. It will taunt you a second time.
Yeah.
Such is the skill and training of his warriors.
That's what it talks about in the fluff. If they're faster and all that. That's it. That is the game. And you just go back. That's a turn.
Deathwatch guys are faster than Gene Stealers?
Well, they are their metabolism and all that kind of stuff. So, for example, one of the things is you'll find out is all the Space Marines have 2 wounds. So if you take a wound, you flip it over. You flip a card over. We'll show you the cards. If you take a second wound, then the Space Marine is gone. But if you decide to forego, I believe it's an attack, you get to flip the card back over because that's your healing power of a Space Marine.
Alright.
Where Gene Stealers, as far as I can understand, haven't because I haven't opened the cards yet.
Well, it's because this is an unboxing. So then you have the rest of the backsides, all the missions.
Yep, then there's 5 missions, and then you can come up with anything else that you want after that. And from what I've heard, and I don't know if it's true.
How well do you count, man? There's 10 missions, bro.
Is there 10? Are you sure?
Well,
What do you say it was?
mission 9.
I don't math. I
Well,
played
I guess-
Warhammer.
Oh, I guess 9 missions. 9. That's a weird odd. 9 missions.
9?
9.
9!
9!
9 is an odd number. You nailed it.
Thank you. I math as well.
You math as well. But like I said, the majority of it, like this right over here is all the comms leading up to it, so the dungeon master can talk about what's happening. He can read that to people. It's more pictures, really, than anything
Lots
else.
of pictures.
Excuse me.
I love that there's a guy on a bike.
With an eagle.
There's a guy on a bike.
With an eagle.
Driving through a building on his bike.
With a
an
mine.
eagle.
Everything takes place in a mine.
They call it a mine.
In a mine.
Okay.
So that's the
In a mine.
instructions.
So he's driving his bike around in the mine.
So this is the playing cards, or I'm sorry, this is the map that you play.
Dang
Well,
big
they call them
cards.
something cards. I'm sorry, like terrain
Terrain cards.
something like that.
Tiles, maybe?
Tile cards. Do you have something to unbox with? Please do not use your teeth. You've already licked the box once.
No, I wiped my nose on it.
Eat whatever.
You're saying this to a guy who you literally let put your dice in his mouth. for
I
good
do
luck.
not let my dice go into his mouth.
You see that right over there?
What?
That thing right there.
What thing?
Oh, it must have gone away.
What thing?
I don't know.
You put this thing in your mouth.
I did not put it in my mouth. Garbage.
Garbage?
Garbage. Okay.
So here is the tiles. Two-sided, I'm assuming.
Double-sided.
Nice. Glare.
What? Here, I'll put one here. There's your 3-camera shot.
There's 3 camera shots right
Oh,
there.
that is some good artwork on the tiles.
I like how glossy. It's even like what? It's like
Very
It's
imperial.
scored. It's
yeah.
not,
What's
it's
the
bumpy.
What's that good
Textured.
Thing? I couldn't think of a better.
It's bumpy.
It's bumpy.
Yes, it's got texture to it. That's kind of cool. It's got a good feel.
Is it on both sides? Because I just have it on one side.
No,
So
it's
I'm
bumpy.
curious.
It's bumpy on both sides.
Can Braille people play it?
I like braille people. Braille people.
We apologize to all bro people out there.
Braille.
So what it is in the rule book,
We're all filling the tiles. Fill the
one of
tiles.
these little gate-looking things.
Walkway.
One of these little gates. That's one movement. So for example, this is one movement. One. If you have one movement, you're here. You can go from here to here. That's 1, 2. You can also jump across gantries. It allows you to jump.
All right. So if you have jump pack, because I'm
No,
not seeing,
anybody can jump.
I'm not seeing a Terminator like get in air. Just saying.
The Terminator has a teleportation beacon which you can come in on.
But so he does it over and over again.
Yeah, he can actually teleport around.
That's really nice.
This one I think is just an overview. like a picture. Just
Yeah, that's the one that I had. That's why I'd asked if it was.
Just kind of
Yeah, it
plain
doesn't
picture.
look like
size.
anybody's gonna fit on that one.
Oh shit! This is like kind of like a little. I'm trying to stop the glare here, guys.
Bonus art.
How many cards? How many tile?
How many you got there?
1, 2,
7.
3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
My psychic powers fail me.
So, but 8, and they're
All of them, but this one I think are reversed.
double-sided, so 16.
Well, this one I think this one's no. This is double-sided. You know what this is? I figured it out. Thank you, everyone, with our unboxing. See this? This is a walkway-looking thing. I bet you that's like just a big drop-off.
It's just a big hole.
Giant pit.
I bet you're right. So 16.
So you're looking down, going, oh.
How does this compare to like the tiles that you get with Space Hulk?
These are very similar to the Space Hulk tiles, other than they punched out and they're like separate. But yes, this is the same with the new Space Hulk.
Okay.
The old Space Hulk was like playing on basically cereal boxes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Etch-a-Sketch.
The very old Space Hulk, of which I have, which we'll talk about.
See, so the
But
tiles.
so the tiles are very good, sturdy, not flimsy.
I like them. And I'm going to be willing to bet they'll come out with more tiles.
If they were smart.
Yeah, you never know. Because here, okay, so the original Space
Careful.
Hulk, original Space Hulk. Okay, they went through like I don't know how many versions of Space Hulk, but as you go back, they actually had expansions that came out, which were Deathwing, where they kind of introduced the fluff and story of the Deathwing, and then they had Gene Stealer, and they introduced librarians and things like that they had. And so that's what we were talking about when they actually brought that out in Space Hulk many years ago. They actually had many of these miniatures already. And they actually had in 40K a Gene Stealer cult army where they drove around in limousines. And you could have anywhere from humans all the way through the different hybrids to pure strain Gene Stealers.
Which is
Which
what
is
you have
exactly pretty much what you get here except minus the limo.
Was there champagne in the limousines?
I'm sure, and dancing girls. And
Was it like the limousine from Escape from New York when the mayor drove around in the limousine with the chandeliers?
yes, just
Remember that?
Yeah.
You know you people.
Isaac Hayes.
this is
Bubble
my
wrap.
He
favorite
was
part.
you
Yes,
too, he
my
wasn't the
favorite
mayor.
part of the
I
entire
was
game.
close. Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap.
Okay, bases. Let's go with that. Simple bases. They come with your bases. But it's important to note, and it says the instructions, and it has a big thing that says, please note, all Space Marines that are on jump packs, they're on the bigger size now.
Yes,
They're in the size in between Terminators and
because they're semi-bulky now.
yeah. So just the G-Wiz. You got one guy on a bike
And some big dudes.
and some big dudes.
Who's that? That must be the
Oh, I
Gene
think that's
Stealer.
the Gene.
That's the head Gene Stealer man.
The head Gene Stealer thing on the
Alright,
jigger.
that's a turbo.
That's
Alright.
GIC.
You want to go with those? So you got your typical sprues.
Dude, I'm gonna sprue.
And I'll tell you what you got here.
Alright.
You guys talk about the sprue. while I'm
Lots of
trying
sprues.
Well,
And typical new fangled Games Workshop, you have one leg, one arm, a head attached to an arm. It's not just
They're not pulsable.
it's not just here's your body, here's your legs, put on the head and the arms. No. Yes, these are. See this dude? You got his left leg, right arm, and butt.
They're not pulsable.
This guy, you got his head and his other leg. Yeah. So,
Non-pulsable.
but
But they look
but they
really good.
are awesome. Just like a lot like the Space Hulk ones, they are very detailed,
There's
very
eight,
nicely done.
8 Space Marines.
8 Space Marines.
No, there's more than that. I'm sorry.
Say okay. Let's see. I got
11.
11 Space Marines.
11. Put the guy on the bike. I'm sorry, 11 Space Marines.
That?
That is Enoch's Sorlock, Stern Guard veteran.
I knew that.
Mm-hmm. So you've got a chaplain, you've got a couple Stern Guards in here, a librarian, a Blood Claw, a guy from Dark Angels. You have one Devastator that shoots grenades.
Shoots grenades.
He's got a grenade launcher.
Excellent.
One Terminator with a flamer, a guy with a bike, and 2 jump pack guys.
Very nice.
One from Blood Angels and another one from the Raven guys. And then you also have, and I'm sure it plays into the scenarios, one Servo Skull model and one Teleportation Homer.
Oh,
which
yeah.
actually both of these have their own bases.
Yeah, the Space Hulk came with the cat, little robot
Mhm.
thing that had.
I hated that thing.
So they had to go hunt that down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure yes, and lots of cool Gene Stealer pieces.
So the Gene Stealers, you have the Gene Stealer Magus, the Gene Stealer Patriarch, which is the big one. And then you have Gene Stealer Primus, Gene Stealer Familiars. You've got Pure Strain Gene Stealers. 3rd generation hybrids with grenade launchers and auto guns. 4th generation with auto guns. 2nd generation with claws, auto pistols, and combat knives. You've got 1 3rd generation with a mining laser that probably isn't very fun. And then you have Gene Stealer's 1st and 2nd generation hybrid claws with auto pistols and combat knives. And then these are new from what you were telling me.
Yeah.
Gene Stealer, I'm probably going to slaughter these names, Aberrants, with powered mining picks and hammers. So apparently those are new to this game.
Well, I have never seen those. You may have. Like I said, I just pulled out a couple, but in the good old days, as I said, they used to have the Gene Stealer Cult Army here.
You put it on my shoulder.
Put it on your shoulder. So here are like the Magus guys.
Hocus Pocus.
That's them. You have the different hybrid levels of guys. Oh, here we go. So you have the different hybrid levels of guys. And then you have some more hybrids.
Pretty close, actually.
Yeah, a lot of them are, I mean, they didn't.
They just made them a little bit more detailed, actually. They stuck with the original concept.
And you even have the miniature little Gene Stealer familiars from the old. So yeah,
The advancement in mold technology is.
but they just brought back a good old. I actually thought they were pretty cool, so I was happy to see they're coming back with some stuff.
Okay, comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can make a math. Dice.
Yeah, dice.
So can't be that difficult.
Well, they never give you enough dice ever in any game ever.
And we've
Yeah,
got.
What about Yahtzee?
No. You always need.
Did you know that Chuck Norris once won a game of Connect 4 with 3 moves?
Okay.
Just saying.
So maybe Yahtzee they give you enough.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you've got
that.
Then you've got this cool little no more tape measures, right? They've got this thing where it's assault, combat, and maximum range. And from what I read, this is just purely what you can hit and shoot and everything else. You don't have to worry about movement. Movement's just the little gantries. This is what you can and cannot hit. What do you want to do next? The Space Marine cards or the
Sure.
Gene Stealers? Go ahead, lick it.
You don't have to. This actually has a
It does. They have a little open pouch, don't they?
Yeah. So you can put it back in there if you want. So here's your Patriarch. So he must be awesome too. And here's your Primus. He must be awesome too. And here's your Magus. So he must be awesome too. All right. So here are your Space Marines. You have the stats and whatnot of everything, and then you have the wounded side. So when they are hurt, they're not quite as cool.
Does their stats go down? I haven't looked. Well, it's pretty much the same. Just to let you know that it's wounded.
Looks pretty much the same on that guy. No, it looks pretty much the same. This dude's like really having a bad day. He's like blue.
He's a salamander.
Either that or he can't breathe.
Can't breathe in this.
So no, it looks like stats pretty much stay the same.
thing. Just let you know that it's wounded.
Yeah, just know that they're wounded. Their speed, their armor. There's
Pretty
the wounded
detailed, I like
side, and
them.
there's the. So you got
A couple of them.
each one has like a special ability. Like Berserker, Red Blade can run and attack in each Deathwatch attack phase. Grim Resolve, Smoke and Shadows. He's kind of spooky looking.
He kind of is, isn't he? They're all scary looking.
Oh, he's that uncle.
He's that guy.
That uncle.
You know why? I tell you what. I think I know why these particular guys have a card because they are 2 wounded models.
Because they're awesome. That's what I say. They're cool.
They're 2 wounded models. And this is what it means. So basically, you're normal. You get wounded. You flip the card over. You get wounded again. You're done. If you heal,
Die.
you flip back over. I do remember reading instructions a week ago that the little the little things down on the bottom. You probably can't see, it's a better camera there. But the little gray dice, that's each represents a dice. So, for example, this guy's frag cannon on, for example, hopefully we can see down here, on the assault range. So anything in the assault range takes one dice
here.
5 or better. On the combat range, 1 dice 3 or better, and max range is 3 or better. Then you have your frag cannon solid rounds, and just like Death Watch, you get to choose your rounds. They have what crag, you know, they have a bunch of different Hellfire rounds and different things that they can get for their bolters. In this particular case, again, he can shoot solid rounds as a grenade launcher, 5 at assault, but now he gets 3 dice on hits on 4+, and so forth. And that's how it is. This you can see how easy that gets. It froze over there. It's okay.
They're still hanging out.
So to help the Gene Stealers to determine how much you get to pick from these cards, and you can lay ambushes. So the Space Marines will always deploy in a certain zone. The Gene Stealer guy always knows where they're going to be. These are all the different powers and ambushes and gambits that they can do, and it tells you how many people they can bring in. So this represents the never-ending horde of Gene Stealers. And what's nice is it's kind of, if you want to be the mean guy, play as the Gene Stealers, because there's a lot of trickery you can do. And obviously we're going to film us doing this. It's going to be fun. But there's a lot of trickery. So if you look at the cards up on top, you can
so each card has an ambush and a gambit.
Yep. And so what you're going to do is at the beginning of the turn. So for example, let me find a tile here. Let's say that this is the tile, and let's say this is off the board at this point. That this area, nobody can probably see what camera we're talking about. But right here is where you want to ambush. Very simply, if he's the Gene Stealer cult, he'll just take a card and he'll lay it face down right there.
So 3 hybrids with auto guns or auto pistols.
So he knows, but he would turn that upside down.
So it's kind of like your blips.
Yeah.
In Space Hulk.
So that's where it's at. But there's a way to fake it, and we'll get into that when we play. So the Space Marine guy never really knows if something's really coming from there or it's a total fake. Because, so for example, the rules will only allow you 3rd generation Gene Stealers, and you happen to draw a card that's the Patriarch. So you can put the Patriarch down here, but you can never play it.
Now, does that add a bluffing element to it?
That's exactly what it means. You don't know if this is really real or not, so you may have to go that way, you may not. During the phase in which we talked about, you'll flip it over, and in this particular case, 3 hybrids with auto guns or auto pistols would then appear on this particular tile, and he just places them right there.
So you can either do the ambush or the gambit, right?
Mm-hmm. Or the
So
gambit.
the gambit are things such as play this card at the end of your movement phase. After launching all ambushes, draw a Broodmine card and reveal it as an additional ambush. The models on this card can be placed in any zone in which they fit.
See, it's pretty... You can get brutal.
Play this card at the start of your movement phase. Pick 1 board section. Increase the speed of all your models starting their move in that board section by 1.
So play the Gene Stealers if you want to be that guy.
Yeah, and you're really supposed to play that guy. I think that's the way the game is designed. You're supposed to, because all the Gene Stealer models, except for the top 3, they're one-hit models. Including, there's some special rules, just like in any 40K. Like Ren, for example, in this, if you have a pool of dice that hit something, in other words, you've got 6 or 7 wounds, well, other weapons, that just kills 1 Gene Stealer. If it's Rend, it goes right through everybody. So everybody on that square just gets 6 or 7 wounds, so you can wipe out an entire ambush in 1 shot. The Space Marines are as much as we're making it sound like the favor of the Gene Stealers, it's not. The Gene Stealers are not the ones up until you get later, until you get deeper in the mine.
In Space Hulk, Gene Stealers are pretty nasty. If they get you, you're toast.
We'll have to see how it plays. All I know is that they've got the Death Watch have a lot of things going for them. They have a bike.
Well, they are trained to kill Xenos. That is their. I just think it's funny that they drive a bike around on these little walkways.
Most of the time, you got to get the Death Watch have to get from a point A to a point B on the map and hold it. And it's pretty simple. The Gene Stealers just have to kill X amount of Death Watch. So 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, kind of a thing, and then the Gene Stealers win. And that's pretty much. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. But just how you want to do it until the end. And I looked at the very last mission. There was a cool. I saw it here. There's a throne. You gotta get a guy off the throne.
Wow. Right there.
Yep. This is a cool little area. But you can jump and do the thing. But it's a neat little game, and they have the rules
The throne.
for these guys to play in your normal 40K. missions. You can bring them in and play.
So do they have stats for 40K somewhere?
I don't think they're on these. I thought they were, but they may actually be in the Red Dwarf. Is what it is.
White Dwarf?
White Dwarf. Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf is a different dwarf.
We'll start calling you Lister. Yeah, I think it's just in there. They gave the stats for that. But that's
I know somebody at our gaming night was playing
with these guys.
Yeah. So.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a simple game. It's easy to get into, and we're gonna get them all painted up. We'll do some tutorials on that, and then we'll obviously have some games.
Sweet.
Maybe we'll have to just go through the whole missions. I think you were saying GW already has a playthrough, right?
Yes, on the website.
On their website, yeah.
And I'm sure you can already do it, but
it's not nearly as exciting as ours.
no, with the
They got to be serious.
with the banter and the shenanigans, the going-ons and all. But that's it. So you guys got anything else to add?
I think we're good.
Yeah, looking
I'm
forward
just
to
glad
playing
to
it.
see these guys come back alive.
Yeah, well, GW's bringing a lot of stuff back. They're bringing the Death Watch back, supposedly Battlefield Gothic,
That would be nice.
and Blood Bowl's back. They've been playing with that. I can't think of anything else. What's the other one?
I don't know. Dark Future was still in the all-time classics. I love Dark Future.
No, I liked the fact that they just made the models a little bit better, but kept it still homage to old school. They didn't totally change them. Just made them a little bit better.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, we look forward to some tutorials and like, subscribe, comment. Chad wasn't here. He's too busy eating his reserves and he's sick to his stomach.
Well, here's a real Chuck Norris joke, okay? Chuck Norris went on American Idol. He won using sign language.
Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He does earth downs.
That's so common. American Idol sign language is where it's at. It's the last season of American Idol. It's like paying homage
That's
to it.
like
Nobody
that's
cares.
like Braille people.
Chuck Norris once had sex with the entire nun convent. The offspring was the 1975 all-winning Miami Dolphins.
That's not too bad, actually.
Bye!